Hi, I'm Sean Chalfin, and I'm going to use these dominoes and this tumbling block to explain how I believe GoDaddy, Expedia, the Booking Group, Fastly, Lacana, which is Nexstar Media Group, have been attacking me. But also, I believe that these dominoes are going to help explain what I believe is a significant antitrust violation. And these dominoes represent, walk over there on that side so I can show this angle. These dominoes represent the Booking Group over here on this side, and this one represents Expedia and Expedia Group. And behind here are subdomains. This one being VRBO, HomeAway.com, Escapia, StayZ's, Hotels.com, and so on. They have over 2,900 subdomains. Now, over here on this side, we have the Booking Group, and I believe Booking.com is going to be their main DNS. I think Kayak is probably their most popular website, though, in the Booking Group. But behind Booking.com, you have Priceline.com, Rentalcars.com, Momondo, CheapFlights.com, Kayak.com, and so on. And almost 800 subdomains when you combine Kayak, Priceline, and HomeAway subdomains. Now, GoDaddy has laid the infrastructure for this. And GoDaddy's other client, Expedia Group, has laid the infrastructure for their subdomains. And this process right here is called Iterate Stringify. And the program that they use, the JavaScript that they use, is called BAT.JS. And so they're all connected. And on the inside of this website, right here, which one it is, there is an inner HTML and an outer HTML. GoDaddy calls them master and slave. So what I mean by that is, if this is HomeAway, it looks like a different website, HomeAway. I do believe they've taken it down since I discovered BAT.BING, by the way. But for this example, HomeAway it's its own unique website. But underneath, in the inner HTML, it's really VRBO. And VRBO has all the Expedia content on the inside, the part that nobody sees. And so, Lacana, which is Nexstar Media Group, was writing the content, the social media, and filling each one of these websites with its own social media. And when I discovered Lacana, that caused a lot of problems within GoDaddy and Nexstar Media Group. Nexstar Media Group got rid of Lacana after I notified Elizabeth Ryder. Let's get back to this. BAT.BING, BAT.JS. Nothing I said right now is illegal. GoDaddy has a good client in the Booking Group and in the Expedia Group. They're connected by BAT.BING, BAT JavaScript. Now here comes the antitrust violation. Not only are they connected this way, stringified, iterated, they're connected this way. Instead of having two conglomerates online, you have one big monopoly harnessing all the SEO, all the traffic. Even if you don't think you're on a GoDaddy, Expedia, or Booking Group web domain, underneath of it, it is. If you're searching for travel. In most cases, GoDaddy has multiple travel websites, and they themselves are a travel affiliate company, exactly what I wanted to become, and they prevented me from doing it by using BAT.JS. Because what GoDaddy did, these tumbling blocks represent my websites. And they iterated me inside of their stringified subdomains. And I had 5,280 domains worth billions. And they stole them from me. And this is what they were doing as soon as I registered them. For almost 5 years, still doing it with masks.care and suit.style. They iterated me. And so, Expedia, let me back up. They were using GoDaddy's img1.wsimg.com links that they installed in the header. And in those IMG links were Lacana, beaconing scripts to Akamai. And by the way, these subdomains, the travel domains, are on Akamai servers. All my other domains that weren't travel were on a Amazon AWS server. Amazon Web Services. Iterate. So, GoDaddy installed their IMG1, IMG6, IMG5.wsimg.com links in the header. And one of them was called Live Engage. And Live Engage is BAT.JS, hidden in these links. And so now I am connected to stringified and iterated inside both Booking Group and Expedia Group's subdomains. And they use, after they stopped putting the Apple Touch icons, because they always change after I catch them, they started using VAC Vape. Expedia used VAC Vape. And the Booking Group used Boomerang and Boomar. And so, this is the Booking Group. They would use Boomerang to attack the inner portion of my website, the inner HTML, the slit, both sides. They put the derogatory content from Lacana on the slave and put their good content on the master portion. Each website has two different, it's like a coin. So, Boomerang here, that's how they shared information back and forth and stole from my hotel.beer, Boston.fish, and so on. And over here, Expedia Group uses VAC Vape to insert derogatory content and on the slave side and good content for them on the master side. So I will show in my complaint how hotels.viajes looks like hotels.viajes until you get in the back end, it's Expedia because it's been iterated. And not only are they doing it to me, they are doing it on a grand scale to their competition. I can name registrants. That recording I have of Darren Ruse for an hour and a half covering how I was showing him that my domains were being iterated, but I didn't know what I was explaining to him. But after I discovered this, that's what I was explaining to him. GoDaddy was iterating me, and Darren Ruse was lying the whole time. And it's recorded, and it's a fascinating record. Not because I did it, because I being punished because I bought all these domains. And I'm going to get them back. And I believe this is a massive antitrust violation that has been going on since 1998, because that's when some of the script has been dated that I have found that does this. And the last thing is they have tunneled me. They have attacked me from my own computers. They have a hidden virtual network computer module. For the last 4 years, Expedia wiretapped me. Fastly, Nexstar Media Group, including GoDaddy. They've all accessed my computer using a hidden network. And they disrupt the hell out of me, and it's been very disorienting. Daily. They've ruined 2 computers and 4 externals. They ruined the computers by changing the permissions, changing the passwords, and changing the username to get into the screenshot. They even did that one time when Apple Senior Support was recording my screen at the time. There's record of it. Apple called my computer a paperweight. It was a brand new one. Now, again, who cares about me? What this is an antitrust violation on a grand scale, where if you're searching for travel, the websites that are generated are either GoDaddy, Expedia, or booking groups in almost all cases. There's no way a small person could ever start a travel company and make it big, because they're dealing with a monopoly in the search. And they're randomly distributing it. I can prove that. Both video and script. This is, I believe, one of the largest antitrust violations discovered online. It's collusion. Okay, I'm good. That's good. Booking Group, Fastly, and Nexstar Media Group defrauding me. Now, what I want to show is the Iterate and Stringify. GoDaddy lays the infrastructure to connect the Booking Group and Expedia Group together. They're colluding traffic, and they do this by this program called BAT.BING. Now, GoDaddy has removed the evidence of BAT.BING since they know I have this video, but I want to go back before they started writing their script like this, because in the beginning, they were just plain inside, completely hijacking my websites like hotel.beer here. And notice the travel PX down here, where Expedia took over the inside of every single website I had. And they were in on it with the booking group, kayak.com. So also, they would install, and still do in mass.care, derogatory content. Now, this is Lacana, which is Nexstar Media Group, and I have thousands of pages of this. This is what they put in, this junk they put in my websites. Now, they would attach this junk to these boomerang links, Boomar, which they have their hidden IP at an Akamai server. But this is the booking group, and this is Kayak and Priceline. And that's the way they hacked me. Now, Lacana, I've mentioned, put the derogatory content in my websites, also in these IMGs.
And they used a program called Browse Happy and redirected your browser. Now, when I discovered Lacana, everything went south at GoDaddy. They deleted my websites. Lacana, Nexstar Media Group, took down Lacana's website. This is what it looked like while Lacana had their website up. And this is what it redirects to now, including Karen Brophy, CEO of Lacana, got rid of her Lacana experience on her LinkedIn page because they were doing this. This is my website, hotels.viajes, on the right. And they were injecting Expedia and Travelocity and hotels.com script. Now, before I mention GoDaddy's content delivery provider for this malware, I want to mention that Google blocked GoDaddy for hosting malware on their img.wsing.com images that they were loading up into Google and then downloading into their whoever was doing it, because GoDaddy didn't really acknowledge it other than it was a false positive according to Mr. Adelman. But nonetheless, however, this article is about exactly what they are doing to me. They're attaching malware to the image files that are being downloaded into my websites by Fastly in my websites. Now, Fastly is the delivery of this content. And all this content right here comes from wsite.com at GoDaddy, and I'll show you that. But you can see I am being iterated. This is the regenerator. And they're all like this. Fastly, GoDaddy, Expedia, it's all the same. And they are embedding their malware in the video players. I want to take a quick review of what I'm trying to show here. This is the booking group. They're in black. Expedia group. They're in white. And each of these the booking group has hundreds of subdomains. And they're connected by BAT.BING, BAT JavaScript. The Expedia group has thousands of subdomains. The domains behind this one, the Expedia.com domain. And they're also attached together by BAT.BING. But what GoDaddy has done is they've connected them here. So here are examples of subdomains and websites underneath the Booking.com main domain. You have Kayak.com, Priceline.com, Cheap Flights, Rentalcars.com, Amondo, and several hundred more that don't even look like Booking.com, but underneath of it, in the master and slave, you have Expedia.com. Like, for example, VRBO and HomeAway. They're similar, but each has their unique look. But what GoDaddy and Expedia did, let me back up for a second. They're connected by BAT.BING. They're connected with these Apple Touch icons. On this side, Booking Group uses Boomer to communicate and send information to each one of these. Information from Lacana, Fastly, and that Fastly's product is called Varnish, and it looks like they're probably customizing it right here. But they both use Varnish. But over here, Expedia calls it Virtual Agent and Vape. And they're vacking and vaping content to make them unique. But they're close to all the same. Because both Expedia and the Booking Group have this thing called DNS fetch, and they're fetching the DNS from all this. So, there's the DNS fetch. What Expedia and the Booking Group has done, is doing, is sticking my domains in here. And by the way, again, this is called Iterate Stringify. Iterate Stringify. Those are the verbs attached to this. And what they do is they put these IMGs in the headers. GoDaddy's IMG. This is malware. IMG6. I clicked on it accidentally. IMG5.wsimg.com and IMG6.wsimg. They're all full of malware. Now, GoDaddy's been called out on this before. And they brushed it off as a false positive because Google accused them of attaching malware to here, and they said they had it fixed within 1 hour. Well, guess what? They're doing this to me. They're iterating my websites in these thousands of domains, subdomains, and I'm calling it a subdomain attack. Now, I want to show a video, and this video is a remarkable catch from the Tor browser, catching Expedia hijacking the inner HTML of hotels.viajes. And here is that video. It's just a few minutes, but you're going to see Expedia showing up in the inner HTML. And I didn't know what that meant when I first discovered this. And one last thing, their hackers have done everything they can to delete this file. Had I not had it saved in a small thumb drive, independent from anything else, they would have gotten to it. So here's the video.
Okay, this is very unusual here. I know I'm using an encrypted browser. However, I'm watching something show up in here when I hit the refresh. And again, I think they're mirroring this site. Expedia is mirroring this site. This shouldn't be here, by the way. This is in its own iframe right here, HTML. But this is the part they're hacking me from. Now, that is interesting because I never put that there on the front page. And this is the front page of hotels.viajes. But watch right, do you see that? There's something right there. Watch this again. I'm going to hit refresh. And there's a website. Yeah. This thing has been mirrored. And you may think you're on hotels.viajes, but I see a header right here.
Now, let's go in and see how they are iterating my websites. This is mask.care, my website on the right, and that's called Iterator. This is Kayak, iterating me. This is Fastly, suspend start, suspend yield, and there's another, that's right underneath here, by the way, I think, or above it. It's like this. So, this is VRBO, iterating me. This is Expedia's VAC Vape, virtual control agent. This is what they're doing when they're injecting derogatory content into my websites. But again, they're all connected. And the thing I want to point out here is that Expedia is part of the Expedia group and Kayak is part of the booking group. They're competitors. They have the same infrastructure. This is mask.care being iterated by hotels.com. This is Fastly. This is their content delivery network. VRBO and Kayak. It's the same almost. Whatever that is. Priceline, my website, mask.care, and all this came in with CDN2. This is Fastly right here. Jacob Rossi was calibrating this. Mask.care, iterated. This is Fastly right here. Look at this. Priceline and mask.care. I got a better one. Okay, this is Ross Weber. Now, Ross Weber is a tyrant. He has multiple complaints online about him. And he's taken over. He's one of their hackers. VRBO. They're iterating me. So that's one. Now let's go over to BAT JavaScript, because BAT JavaScript is how these guys are all attached. And oh, looks like we're gonna need to go the wrong one here. Hold on for a second. Oh, let me just go over here. This is again, these are all iterations, and this was back when they didn't know I was taking all these screenshots, and they took this down within about 60 days because I kept sending them to the CEO of Expedia and their legal counsel, general counsel, and they were iterating me here. This is a hotels landing, Expedia hotels landing page. Look at this. Hijacking my websites. Every one of them. They did it to every one of them. This is their social media. Look at these timestamps right here. 2018, June 5th, 9:43. 2018, June 5th, 9:49. Iteration. Look at that. So, June 27th, 5:55. June 27th, 5:50. Now, I could keep going. I've got thousands of these. Let's just stop on this one. And I want to cover BAT.BING. Now, they started using the IMGs after I caught them here. So this was the third hack. The third of the 5 hacks that I've seen thus far. So this type right here, where you see the just blatant disregard for any laws at all, right here. So now they went into the IMG hack. I know I'm going to get this right. So I hope I have some of them here, but they're using IMGs. And I'll show you, but this is Fastly. This is Fastly's website in the back end, and there's Varnish. And they have a product called Varnish, which is my website, hotel.beer here, and this is all a hack. And there's Fastly's IP address, and they're delivering this malware to me right here. This is that's hotel.beer. This is mask.care and hotel.beer lined up right here, both using Varnish. Now, they're not using the IP address anymore over here because they know I'm on to them. Varnish, Fancy Boxes, Fastly, and Tiki.com. So, they're attaching malware to the images. And this was put into mask.care. I don't have, that is not my social media bar. But it was delivered by Fastly, and this is what the Varnish and all this is what their SVG malware is attached to. Look at that. It's an SVG XML file. There's malware attached to that. It was delivered by Fastly. It's Jacob Rossi, and it's the W site. There's Fastly. Break it into my computer through the Tor browser. But let's go back to this wsite.com, 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 wsite social items. Came in with Fastly. This is GoDaddy's website, wsite.com, injecting their malware, and I will go into that. But that is my proof, and that hashtag right here, this hashtag, it's the inner and outer portion of the websites. But they injected mass.care. When I say they, Fastly, CDN2 is Fastly, and they took it over with an index HTML injection. So and it's that pixel. Oh, here we go. I want to show something very important. Very, very, very important. This IP address, 199.232.7.140. It's a Fastly IP address. They are part of this pixel red static. And I'm going to show you what that red static pixel is. It matches up to a number 4294496725. Remember that number. Okay, here we go. So this is a critical record right here. 199.232 is a Fastly series of banked IP addresses. Fastly hacked my Neat Scanner app along with Nexstar Media Group's Lacana, and they were in DNS cache poisoning me, injecting derogatory content in my network, and breaking in through my Neat Scanner app using Varnish. Now, I want to show this because on data 3 right here, they left their IP address, which is 199.232.6.2, which is in the same bank of Fastly IP addresses. Fastly is DNS cache poisoning my local network. And this pixel, when I show you the 4294, it's going to be quite interesting. So again, I want to go back. They're using Varnish to attack me. Varnish right here. Varnish to, that's Tom Parker, by the way. Fastly and Tom Parker. Varnish. And all this is their other IP address right here is Fastly. This is Fastly's website. However, they show CDN2 in my website. But I just wanted to show the parity here. So now let's go back to Iterate. This is Travelocity and Kayak. I did this on purpose. This is an Expedia Group company. This is Booking Group. It's the same exact content almost. This is Priceline Group. They're iterating themselves. And this is Kayak, which is the Booking Group. That's Expedia. They're identical. Vac Vape from Expedia. Vac Vape Virtual Control Agent. VRBO and Kayak. They're competitors, but not when it comes to SEO. Now, Momondo is Kayak. The intent media is the same thing Lacana was doing when I believe Nexstar Media pulled out after I caught him. This company came in again, and it's intent media. And intent media is doing the encrypted content here. Look, that's mass.care, my website. Looks like they're the same. I got a lot. I've got thousands. So, I did this one. Here we go. 429. Here we are. Yeah, that was the same number in VRBO or whatever one we just saw there. They're all the same. So this is Expedia taking over Mass.care. But this is the one I was looking for here. Iterator. Species. They're identical. Concat from Tiki. This is Ross Weber. So the 429.496, that's their pixel JavaScript. Reddit static. You don't see this on their website anymore. It's gone after they know I've caught them. They've removed BAT.BING and this Reddit static. And that Reddit static, again, if you go back, that's the same IP address, 199.232. Whatever, is the one that was DNS cache poisoning and breaking into my computer, wiretapping me. And there it is again, Reddit static. And that number says mask equals. Now GoDaddy, I seen their changes because they took this out. They started saying this mask equals this thing up here. But fortunately, I have all these screenshots that show differently. So let's go through here and see what the 429, this is just incredible. 429.496.7295 in GoDaddy's website. So it's right here in Expedia's website. Look at this. 429.496.7295 in Mass.care. There it is right there in GoDaddy. Reddit static. And this is content. And they're putting it, by the way, this is going in the embedded player because the widget, wait till we see the widget API over here. But my primary concern is to get the BAT.BING here. Although I wanted to just say this. This is the nemesis right here, Ross Weber. Ross Weber. The widget API and Backvape. They're injecting the malware in the video players like Shockwave and in the inner side of the YouTube videos. And that's where this is going. The embedded player hack. Iterate. We haven't found BAT.BING yet. The nemesis here, it was Fastly. They're identical. Fastly, FX Show. They're iterating and they've strung me along right in it here. BAT.BING. So when you think you're on VRBO, these Apple Touch icons make the insides the same. You may think you're on HomeAway or VRBO, but really you're on something that's really just Expedia almost on right here. But these guys are identical. This is Priceline and Hotels.com, and here we are in the BAT.BING. BAT JavaScript. This is what connects everything together. BAT JavaScript. VRBO GoDaddy. BAT JavaScript. Now GoDaddy has tried to hide this. And GoDaddy is a travel affiliate company. And that's what they did. They prevented me from becoming a travel affiliate. Look at this. Incredible. Matching Fastly. Identical. Hotel parameters. Hotel ID on GoDaddy's website. They prevented me from being a travel company because of this right here. Look how identical this is. VRBO is an Expedia-based company, Priceline booking group. BAT.BING connects them. In my opinion, this is collusion. But I do know they did collude and still are colluding to attack me. Travelocity is Expedia. Priceline booking group. BAT.BING identical. Look at this. Stringify from GoDaddy and Priceline. GoDaddy. Stringify on mass.care. So in the beginning, they did this. And then they resorted to this. It's still the same. They're still hacking me. Look at these travel assets where Expedia took over hotels.viajes with these IMGs right here. And these widgets. This is Expedia. Travel assets. Travel assets. See right here? Expedia. Wait. Travel assets. Right here. Travel assets. Home away. These Apple Touch icons connect each other. Last thing. This is an amazing piece of evidence. Live Engage was injected in my website while building cars.flights at GoDaddy. They were hacking it, and there is their Google Analytics number right there in the header of my website. Now I brought this, I don't even have a ClickTail account. I brought this up to Darren Ruse, and he changed it to this, to the and this was done in one weekend. And they started attacking the favicons. When you think you're on a home away site, you could be on a Stay Z site. This is an Expedia company, home away company. So they have iterated me using Apple Touch icons and Live Engage. And this is a antitrust violation. Hotels.viajes. And they fucking stole my goddamn domains after that. After I caught them. GoDaddy attacked me with wsite.com. And when I first caught them, they were using this web face right here. With GoDaddy displayed and wsite, courtesy of GoDaddy, etc. But this is what I first noticed. I started noticing these wsite social media icons, in which what we turned out to be Fastly in the other example. But then I started seeing them inject JavaScript into my site. This is GoDaddy right here, wsite.com. And they're working on the inner HTML. The master and slave. So, right here, master and slave. And these iframes. So as I'm going through here, watching GoDaddy overtake my website, mask.care, I go into the back end and debug wsite. And I start noticing all of these JavaScripts. And there's hundreds of them. Hundreds. And these are what GoDaddy was injecting into my website. And this weak map, for example, is I've got hundreds of different, thousands. So now we have weak map over here with Expedia's website, and we have int32 array, boolean, string, regexp, all the JavaScripts that they're hacking me with. And that's CDN2, that's Fastly. And while I was in back vape over here with Expedia, while I was interesting why that is blurry. While I was watching GoDaddy hack me with CDN2 right here in the embedded player, I run across this Jacob Rossi. Jacob Rossi's Twitter account. And what he was doing was calibrating all this. So I look up who Jacob Rossi is. And he's a movie guy, a video producer. Formerly with Microsoft, his product was Edge. Microsoft Edge. Which is what I was getting hacked with, Microsoft Edge. Still am. So anyway, I started seeing a lot of Arabic things on my computer, and off and on in the browser. I knew I was overtaken, but I bought a new computer, and when I powered it up and logged onto my Apple ID, I missed an appointment in the year of 1399 with this guy right here. Shah Revere 1399. And I Googled Shah Revere 1399 and he popped up. And that's that guy right there. Saeed Payeb. He's their hacker. And I reported him to the FBI and police, by the way, knowing that he was going to remove himself. And it wasn't 2 or 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks. He was no longer in masks.care. But look at what he left behind. The remote JavaScript, Edge products, and he put him in an HTML5 video player. In the inner tube here. So here's GoDaddy's website, inner tube, in this widget API, and the embedded player has been hacked. They put their hack inside the embedded player of my website, in the inner tube portion. So let's enter HTML. But I want to show you how many, for example, here's Expedia's website, iterator. There's string iterator, string, symbol iterator that's down here too. Symbol iterator, JavaScript right here. And that's it right there. So this is GoDaddy right here. Oh, and here's where they changed the site when they knew I was onto them. So they took GoDaddy off, took their phone number off, and yeah, they got rid of GoDaddy because it looked like this right here. I passed it, but I'll do it. right here. So let's move on. Iterator. Symbol iterator. It's down here. I got the wrong one highlighted. But GoDaddy's malware delivery vehicle is wsite.com. Now, let's go back to the widget API, the embedded player. This is GoDaddy on the left. It's me over here. They injected their malware in the video player, the embedded video player of my website. Look at that. PubSub. You can't find this on their site anymore. They took it down. Now, this is really important because this is a very, I allege, a very big crime because I'm never going to get away from them if they don't stop doing this. This is the embedded player over here, and there's that mask equals number 4294 over here. And there's their widget API JavaScript. And there's WTIMG.com. Here is my embedded player, and it is in the base JavaScript, in the entire website base, which they have named. But this is inside the embedded player. And the reason I point that out is because over here I have the script that marries these two websites. Right there's YTIMG over here. This is their widget API over here. But, oh, it's over here somewhere. I got to show you the WTIMG right here. This WTIMG is coming up next in the next slide. But I need to find base, and I have it circled somewhere else. It's in here. Base. Dead time, I know. It's in here. Double click. That's in those IMGs. There it is right there. Base JavaScript. So the base JavaScript is this website right here. And I'll show you base JavaScript. So here we have base JavaScript. And I'm going to show you what this is right here. And this is a big deal right here. So, oh my God, I could have come right over here. We have the embedded player. But this is what I want to show you. These favicon icons that GoDaddy was hacking. Every time those favicons got put in my website, in the header, my website's disappeared. And it's this YTIMG. And this YTIMG, that's in here too, by the way. This YT3. Right here. That's it right there. YT3. They are hacking this favicon right here. And it's the favicon they're putting in the INGs in the header. And I caught them. And that's just the encryption. But that's it right there. I had this all planned out. I forgot. So the widget API is lined up in this embedded player right here. And I'm never going to get away from them until this illegal activity stops. And so here's what they're putting in. These SVG files. These data image files ping each other. And so here, over here on Fastly, This thing starts off with IVBOR, which could be VRBO. I will show you what I mean by that in a second. So there it starts and it goes a long ways just like this does until that plus sign right here. But it ends close to the same. This ends on GoDaddy's website, starts close to the same, but it ends close to the same too. It's not the same, but it's an SVG. So here we have Fastly, and it's the same. We're iterating Fastly. And oh, I wanted to show this real quick because this is in line. When they hacked me, this image should be suits. There should be suits up here, not this big blue background. And so this is the SVG files that background image is right here. That's attached to this. They're hacking the H1, H2 header files. That's how they get in. So going back. Oh, it's just master and slave from GoDaddy. But, oh yeah, they have a click tracking account installed into my websites. And that's GoDaddy. We're going to get to the goods here. Oh, here's the goods. 1 second. Here's the goods. This is what I wanted to show you. Oh, not that title. So there's Fastly. This is the same. GoDaddy. Fastly. Ends in QMCC. QMCC. These are beaconing SVG files. By the way, there's BAT JavaScript and Fastly right there. So this is good to see because here we have a BAT.BING and VRBO. They're hard to find now. I believe they've taken them out. This little 0 right here is BAT.BING. SVG file. SVG file. Reddit static. These are important. This is the pixel, and they removed this after they know I got them. There's BAT.BING inside of GoDaddy. This is a IMG transferring into suit.style, turning this photo gray. What happened? BAT.BING and VRBO. All right, I'm done. But here we have Expedia, mass.care, CYII equals, CYII equals, and it starts off the same. Whatever they put in here is pinging. And they're SVG files, and that is how they are attacking my websites. Oh, this is a good one because that is that link right there. And that's GDRP, the GDRP script. And the next one down is a GDR banner, the GDR script from HomeAway, which it's the same type of hack. SVG files, these are identical here. From this is Ross Weber, tiki.com. And that file is identical. Varnish. So there they are. Got Nexstar Media Group, Fastly, Varnish. This is a big time organized attack on me. And it's been awful. It's been absolutely awful. And going daily for a long